All right, so let's just begin this. People can keep coming in. I will interact with you later. And I would like to introduce somebody who's going to support me facilitate this webinar today. Let's welcome Henna. Henna has been a coach for some time now. She's a certified happiness coach. She runs an organization, and as a coach, she's doing workshops and she does one-on-one coaching and leads people to happiness. So Henna is going to be supporting me in this today. Henna, if you could, just say hi to everyone, and then we'll begin.
Thank you so much, Sandhya. It's a pleasure to see you all, and some of them I've already met or we had interacted, and some new faces. So hi everyone, so good to be here and so good to connect with you all today, especially during this time when we are socially distancing ourselves from everyone. It's great to connect with you all.
Beautiful. So
thank you so much. Pleasure is all ours.
Yes, and when you meet Henna, don't you, I think we understand immediately why she's a happiness coach. Just the voice tells you that's, beautiful energy there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we'll convert this energy of anxiety to some happiness later on. That's the idea. So our theme today is anxiety, and this is, I would say, a feeling that is connected with rapidly growing mental health challenges. Now, when we talk of anxiety or we talk of any emotions, we're not talking of any positive emotions, or we are not talking of any negative emotions. We've grown to somehow compartmentalize them like that. But that's really not what it is. Feelings are just feelings. Emotions are what they are. The idea is emotion, how to deal with that emotion, how you're feeling, how to deal with it, and how to navigate that emotion, how to express it, how to use that emotion as data. This is what I'm feeling, and now what can I do about it? Now, given the scenario, now I've been planning some webinars for so long, but it really hasn't come through, given that, there's work all the time. So I thought this was a great opportunity right now when so many people are feeling pretty low, they are anxious about what's going to happen. So we've, in any case, I was thinking of a series of webinars. So I'm calling it EQ for Success, because coming from that background and that understanding of emotional intelligence, I do feel that that's what drives us, right? And so under that category of EQ for Success, this is the first webinar that is anxiety to conscious choice. Why conscious choice? We'll explore later. And what conscious choice? We'll, of course, explore that. So we are saying that right now, and for years actually, so many people have been, suffering from conditions that are fueling anxiety. Fueling anxiety, it could be just something like overuse of WhatsApp, overuse of phones, and just the pressures at work, or just the sheer complexity of life. In fact, we've created a context for anxiety to thrive. We've created our lives. There is a choice. There was a choice always. We went along. We've created that. And now, today, for the last couple of months, more so, I think everyone, every country in the world is feeling something about, uncertainty and things like that at some level or the other. So what can we do? Now, there could be people who were perhaps suffering from anxiety disorders and related mental illnesses that could have spiked, and completely calm, collected people could be feeling anxious as well, right? So let's explore. So the idea today was to connect, and I'm doing this in small groups with various people. And it was very important to empower coaches to be in the right frame of mind, to be in a life state where we can go out and encourage people, where we can be the support that people are looking for, right? And that's why I thought, let me, rather than just reaching out to folks all over the place, let me talk to some of the coaches I know and see how this can be done, right? And how we can be in a mind state or a life state, the kind of energy we exude when we interact with people. How are we going to lift them from these circumstances or whatever is going to come ahead, right? So that is the idea, and that's why we are connecting here, to ignite the spark in all of us. So first things first, what is anxiety? What does anxiety really mean to you? And that's a question to each one of us here. What does anxiety mean? Raise of hands, or if you can write in the chat box, even that would be great. What does anxiety mean to you? Priti?
Yes. So this is just what is for me when I feel, when I have
Sure.
this anxiety about anything. It's just
Hmm.
a very, very constant, sad place from which, howsoever I might try, I just cannot come out. And even though I know, I'm aware of all the things that are available to me that I am thankful for.
Hmm.
However, whatever it is, I'm not able to come out into the positive side of it. It's just the,
Hmm.
a limbo of negativity.
Okay. Right. Right. The limbo of negativity. Okay. Thanks, Kriti, for expressing that. Moshmi?
So, well, for me, I think it's a state of mind where there is a lot of fear, aversion. I mean, you are engulfed with those situations, and somewhere there is a loss of track. I mean, you don't get the direction, and that's where you feel that you are lost, and a lot of fear comes, within yourself. So, I think it's basically a state of mind.
Hmm.
Situation dictates you,
Yeah,
and it differs from person to person.
absolutely. It will differ from person to person. Thanks, Moshmi. Shahina, welcome to the call. Welcome to the webinar.
Hi, Sandhya. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, Shahina, please go ahead.
You can hear me, Sandhya?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
That's great. Okay, so anxiety, it can be a feeling of uneasiness. It can be a fear. It can be a feeling of handling a fear of handling a situation which may seem out of control at that moment mentally.
Right, right. So out of control, when you're feeling out of control. Yes, yes.
Yes, you feel out of control. You feel that you're not being able to handle the situation. It may
Right.
be expressed in different ways in terms of uneasiness, nervousness. One may express apprehension.
Very true. Very true. True, true. Apprehension, yes, goes along with that. Ankita, thanks, Sharina.
Hi, Sandhya. Sandhya, I feel it's probably a feeling of helplessness. So maybe stress and worry causing helplessness and feeling out of completely control, like a lot of people have said already. So,
Right. Not out of control, yes. Everyone's feeling, everyone's been saying that anxiety is somewhere where you feel completely out of control. And that's true, good, true. Yes, Ravindra. Thanks, Ankita.
So from my perspective, it is like a fear of failure as well as the consequences thereafter.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Ravindra.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So from my perspective, it's a fear of failure and the consequences thereafter.
Fear of failure. Okay. Yes, anxiety is, anxious about failing in something. Yes, true that. Absolutely. Pratyush?
What I feel, it's an repetitive unconscious behavior in a state of doubt, fear and stress.
That's very nicely put. Would you repeat that?
It's a repetitive unconscious behavior in a state of doubt, fear and stress.
Well said. So anxiety is happening without you being really conscious of it, right?
Correct.
True that. Very true. Very true. Thanks, Pratyush. Hena, are there any messages, anything in the chat box that...
Yes, Sandhya, there is a lot of chat that we see here. There is same fear of future, fear of the unknown, and there is helplessness and being in an unknown space. And we have a lot of similar things coming up. For example, Vibha is saying a state of mind where a person becomes reactive due to stressing about something about to happen.
Yes, yes. What will it be? What will it not be? Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. That's right. So that is an understanding of anxiety that each one of us has. We experience it in a different manner. We take it on, we respond to it in a different manner. Each one of us has, our own ways to deal with anxiety. Right? Now, if I were to sum up all that you all have said, we are saying that it is uncertainty, it is perhaps the fear, or, it's the perception of danger, as opposed to the perceived power that you have. We believe that this is what things, this is what it should be, this is how things should be, and then it's out of control. There's uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen. We fear things. There are, there's danger lurking somewhere, and we get consumed by that because it's uncertainty and it's beyond our control, beyond our circle of influence, beyond our circle of control. We are just somehow engulfed by all of that, and anxiety takes over. It determines every single action we take, every response that we have to the most minor of things. It's really strange, right? It just engulfs you completely. And it's you might see people who are anxious who, you might not understand that they are anxious because they are in anger. The way they are expressing themselves is screaming, shouting, perhaps being angry. Could we just mute ourselves as people come in? So, anxiety does so many things to so many people. So we understand what anxiety is, but would some of you like to share in today's context? What are you feeling? What are the challenges? What are the challenges that are coming up right now? You know, here we have coaches, and I think we can definitely talk about it. Yes, Ghazal?
Yes, Sandhya. The challenges are like, what I see as challenge is only state of my mind. Everything else is okay. The thing is that we are locked down, we are at home, but we are safe. We have food, we have our loved ones with us, everything is okay. But then the mind is creating a type of a challenge for me at least. And it's, as everyone has stated, that uncertainty, fear, what will happen, till how long it will be like this, and all that. And all this is giving us internal challenge. And when there is a lot of chaos internally, what I have experienced, that my behavior becomes challenging for people around me. And in a way, I see that they are challenging me, the people, because everyone is at home, and and I hope this is the way what I feel I could have explained.
That's perfectly fine. Just be your honest self.
So this is it, because kids are at home, husband is at home from morning till evening, and we are not used to this. So this is how this challenge is. Then it is reflected in my behavior. The chaos inside me is reflected in my behavior, and I'm quite very aware of this. And this is a challenge, how to settle it.
You know, Ghazal, when you were halfway through what you were just saying, what really struck me here was the level of awareness, the level of self-awareness that you have. You've articulated it so beautifully, what exactly you're feeling, and you do understand that the challenge is within, right?
Yes, I agree.
You're responding to it. It's about how you're responding to it, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you so much for putting it, out there. That was really authentic. Thank you so much. Mona.
Yeah, so Ghazal kind of covered what I was going to say. So the thing is, the anxiety right now is so much among people for the future and what's going to happen next. So what happens is there's no change of mood, there's no change of environment. So you live with it. And the worst part is you bring down your entire family with it. You bring them down too. So it's very important that we check on our anxiety levels. And I personally feel not think of what next, live for today.
Beautiful. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Vibha.
So, Sandhya, what do I feel is, I would like to add up to what Ghazal said. More of the anxiety is coming out of what is the situation happening around. For example, if you are being said that you can work from home versus you have to work from home. So the difference between the two statement itself implies how do you feel about it. So if I talk about people in general, I think more stress is created because of how this situation is being imposed or is being followed upon. I think that's the real thing.
Where you don't have control over it. You don't have the choice.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. Anyone else who would feel that right now what you're feeling and what is it that's going to happen in the future, those challenges? How about that?
Sandhya?
Yeah,
Yeah, Raman here.
Yeah, Raman.
Yeah, from my point of view, the anxiety, there are a couple of anxieties for me personally I have. One of them certainly is my son is studying in the US. He's in San Francisco. He's in the university there, okay, which is under kind of a lockdown. Okay, fine. We speak to him very regularly. We are in touch with him, and all those things are there. The problem is he was supposed to come back for the holidays for 3-4 weeks sometime in the month of May. Now, given the situation, I don't think so that is likely to happen. And certainly, you know, we are anxious that he's safe. That is the most important thing for us. Absolutely. You know, we can always see him 4 months, 5 months down the line. Our more anxiety right now is that we need to ensure that he is safe. And the first thing that I ask him every day is, how is your health? You don't have cough, you don't have any pains, any headaches or anything like that. You know, all those things. These are, so this is something which is very, very kind of, it's a big challenge at this point in time for us, really.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Completely understand that.
Yeah, and then the other situation is definitely the city. I'm in Mumbai right now, and the situation in Mumbai is also not very great. Okay, and we were supposed to be finishing with some of our housework, the renovation of our work, which is also come to a complete stop. So there is a lot of uncertainty in relation to this, you know.
Correct.
And before the rains start, we need to finish certain things.
Correct.
Now that may not happen. So these are also some of the challenges, how we should handle it, you know, going forward.
Absolutely. So many little things that have just stopped, and there is uncertainty. There is how safe are the loved ones and all of that. Very true. Very true. Thanks for sharing that, Raman. Marshall?
One thing which actually struck me is like,
your audio is not great. We can't. I'm at least I'm not being able to.
Okay. So, I was just saying that, you know, we have been hearing the word remote working. So, so now we are in that position where you are a part of an organization, but you are working, you know.
It's going again. Audio's going again.
I don't know. I mean,
that's okay. Now it's fine.
Is it audible right now?
Now
okay, so I was saying that there's another concept which is coming up is gig, you know, where you are part of an organization because of a certain task you are assigned. So the fear is like, you know, when you're working in a remote, whether it's going to convert it into a gig kind of a work model.
Will it continue? Will it not continue? Very true.
Remote is okay, but converting into a gig worker would be a challenge, I guess.
Okay. Yes. That could be a challenge. Yes.
Hey, Sandhya, this is Madhi here.
Yes, Madhi, I saw you come in.
Yeah. So one of the challenge I have is, you know, I'm a very extrovert guy, you know, on the purchasing field. I'm feeling like, you know, I'm locked down, and, you know, a lot of the business is on in US, you know, the chemical industries are on, most of the essential business plans are on and all that. So, you know, anyway, you'll have to step out in another 2 weeks, you know, this is not going to be forever. So there is a lot of anxiety having to work, you know, internally without interacting with a lot of people, where the business is usually having meetings face to face, negotiation is always face to face and all that. So that's a big challenge that's going on. How to overcome all that.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Very true. Nusrat?
I'd like to talk about, hi Sandhya, Srini here.
Srini, welcome.
I would like to talk about it in a slightly different way. Normally, during the course of our everyday life, we don't seem to have time to do many things that we wish to do.
Yes.
And during this time, we have got perhaps a once in a lifetime opportunity and have the luxury of time for doing what we wish to do. And that for many of us is a challenge. What do you do with the immense amount of time that you have in front of you?
Yes.
And at least for me personally, how do you use it in such a manner that after this is through, because this too will pass, how do you feel that you have used this time not entirely futilely, and you have learned something, or you have, there are so many things that you wish to do, in at least having dealt with some of those.
Very true, because everyone's been wishing for having time for themselves, right?
Yes.
And here you are, and now that time is a challenge. Absolutely. Thank you. Nusrat?
Hi, everyone. What I wanted to talk about is the changes that is going to happen in on the economics front. One is that this whole scenario is giving rise to new markets and opportunities. It's tremendously changing what we are familiar with in terms of the scale of economics. Many people around the world would need to start thinking out of the box and finding new sources of income.
Right.
Then the internet and the social media has become more important than ever before in our lives.
Absolutely.
There will be huge changes in many job skills. So basically, if you are not equipped to handle these changes, once this whole period finishes and we're out of the lockdown, that is going to, we will all have to be facing a challenge in that front. So it's not just about what is happening right now, but how the world is going to change tremendously once once the lockdown is finished.
Correct. And present various challenges then, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So there's anxiety about that as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. Very true.
Sandhya, I think Faisal also wants to share.
Sure. Faisal, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Faisal, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I was thinking about anxiety, a state of mind, and we suddenly feel that we have a lot of time. But I also feel, and I think you did start by talking about what you've been doing. I think this is an ideal opportunity for us to position ourselves, to enable ourselves to do upskilling, so that when the things take off, we're at the right point in time, whatever we are doing, to kind of take that challenge head on and be successful in terms of new style of business, or the way we position ourselves, or what our portfolio is. So grow on that. And I'm saying, frankly, personally, I'm doing the same as well, as you said. So, the whole thing. One more point is the whole thing which we feel, and I feel it'll be challenged for everyone probably, mostly, and I also have it sometimes, is the discipline of spending that time on the desk. So we need to currently feel that as if it's work from home, and you finish your breakfast, wash and everything, get a first session 1, maybe 9:30 to 12:30, have lunch, come back 2 to 5, and spending your studies, feel like mentally also, and be charged, motivated, and that's the way to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so happy to hear that you've got that, you've got it all organized for yourself.
As much as I think I'm reasonably good, not 100%, but I'm okay.
Of course, a little bit of lounging around when you're working from home is,
I agree.
Of course, allowed, and it should be. That's the fun of lounging around, and
absolutely. Otherwise, you're in office, right?
Yeah, then you're in office.
Right. Great. Thank you. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you for sharing that. Akash?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Basically, there is the main anxiety is that I'm thinking of 2 things at a time, like positive part, negative part, and also the main problem for like a person like me is I decide my like goals, yearly goals, plan of action, everything at the starting, and suddenly there was some action plans that were planned in April and they were in execution phase. And suddenly I have to change everything. I have to reset my mind. I have to work out new way of getting to what I want in 2020 and still not able to figure it out how it will happen because I have done till March the working for the earlier goal and earlier way of doing things, and now this is like unplanned planning.
Right. So we need to put our minds to it, heart and mind into that new planning, right?
Yeah.
So Akash, this is how our clients' goals also change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So you're anxious about the uncertainty, right? About the new stuff that you'll have to do.
Yeah, anxious. Maybe anxious, but on the positive side, getting into the positive mindset.
Great, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, Jagpreet and Vikrant will take.
Okay. See, I am not sure that whether I'm anxious in these days or not, but it's just that I would like to pick up few things that this is a period, wherein we really need to have that self-awareness and self-management. So it's a period, wherein we can explore our hidden strengths as well. I'm sure we all are blessed with many strengths, and sometimes we are not put into that kind of a situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wherein they don't come out because we are in that comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Probably this is the time wherein nature has put in this kind of a lockdown, is this kind of a situation wherein we can even come out with our hidden strengths and we can explore our self and we can self-manage ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
We'll come to that soon now. Vikrant, did you want to say something? I saw your unmuted microphone. Henna,
can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I feel the biggest challenge is now that self-realization has come in everybody when people are also talking and quoting that I have time for myself and I can do certain things which I wouldn't have been doing. So that self-realization, which even probably Hina would agree as a happiness coach, that she would be telling people to shut off their mobile for some time, get out of their stress. Okay, so these were all the non-essential things probably in life which we had, which were only required for maybe few of the parameters in our life. Now to organize those parameters of food, shelter, and clothing, maybe, which is the basics of human survival, which now we have realized that it is only food and probably the pharmacy and some water which we should get throughout the day and a few clothes. So we don't need to go to buy discounted clothes and keep them in bulk. I feel now when the employers are also telling their employees, okay, either you leave because we'll not be able to pay you or you come at 50% of your pay. So the biggest challenge for people would be to shed off all the luxuries. Okay, probably I would say the luxuries in life which people had inherited primarily because of the pace of technology. And get back to the normal, and probably if I'm getting a pay of 1 lakh and I'll get to 50,000, probably because I have to work. I can't leave it and sit at home because I have my EMIs, I have to drive my car, I have to fill the petrol. Everything has to happen to maintain a mobile. Probably I'll not buy a new mobile every 6 months. I'll buy after maybe 4 years. So this is, I feel, will be the biggest challenge for a human being to actually change his own psyche and start living with the bare minimum means which nowadays we are actually getting accustomed to.
Absolutely. Getting that particular item in the market has become, wow, I got it today, right?
Yeah.
In some areas. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Thanks, Vikrant. Henna, is there anyone else who's expressed themselves in the chat box? Otherwise, we'll just go ahead.
No, Sandhya, I don't see any other raised hands.
Hmm.
There is something that I would just like to add here.
Sure.
With what Mona and Ghazal expressed, I agree with that. And I would also want the reflection to come on people around you. So if we are feeling anxious, just become aware of the people in your family. They are also going through these emotions, through these feelings, the anxiety, just as we are. And if we, being coaches, we are looked up as, you know, a source of strength and consistency. So if we can feel these feelings, it is very normal for people around us to feel the same, and that's why it's more important to address it. And talking about Faisal and Srini, amazing points of saying, you know, using this time constructively. So I call it, you know, a reset time. And I think this is the time to clear all that is not needed, and learn and reflect. And I think this is the main focus of you conducting this session, to reconnect with ourselves, within ourselves.
Absolutely. Very true. And, you know, while we've been talking about it, Jabin, give me a moment, please. As I heard everyone talk about anxiety, what they feel, their challenges, did you all notice that anxiety and whatever challenges we are experiencing or perceiving right now are all actually a response to some stimulus coming from external sources? It's a series of stimuli, you could say, and it's coming from the outside to us. And then we respond or react based on how we feel about those you know, stimuli that are coming to us. Would I be, I mean, are you all on the same page with me there? It is our anxiety seems to be, all the challenges we are feeling and the anxiety that we are feeling is a response to something coming from outside, from the external environment. Right? Let's yes, Faisal. Faisal, please go ahead.
Yeah, Sandhya, I have a different viewpoint on this one, frankly. And I have a firm belief that, see, this is all the thoughts that we cultivate at that point in time. If you are cultivating negative thoughts, if you are giving them, see, you have a negative thought today once, and if you go down that path, tomorrow the thoughts will come 2 times.
Yes.
And if you keep entertaining them, next week they will come 4 times. Till the point that after a month, most of the time you'll just keep thinking, and that's the negativity which is there. And at the point that you'll wake up, you'll sleep, you'll take bath, you spend time with family, watch TV, these thoughts will keep going in your mind, and that's the state of tension and stress that you're in. So I think this is our own creation in terms of what thoughts we entertain. And I think how we can probably get out of this is to replace these negative thoughts with positive thoughts.
And
you know, and think about family, think about good things, achievements, job, role, friends, good colleagues, XYZ. And of course, think about Sandhya Mathur as a motivational coach. And then go about changing these thoughts to a different mindset and come out of this stress or anxiety feeling.
Very true, Faisal. You've just honestly paved the path for the rest of the session today.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thank you so much.
Thank
Yes, Savita.
Hi, Sandhya. So, one of
Yes, please go ahead. Savita? I'll just come back to you. Ghazal, Jabin had also raised her hand.
Yeah,
Yes.
what Faisal has said. So just in continuation with that, that's a very positive side. Okay, but I have another perspective here. So I do agree that we are safe at home, and then definitely, basically, the challenges are nothing. It is basic mental created challenges. But then at the same time, there is a reality, a very, very tough reality in India. And I have little bent of mind in social work and all that. And when I actually working and fundraising for people around me, the poor people and all that. So all this also, cannot keep you that cool. So see, this is a one thing what Faisal has said. I don't disagree with him. This is the way you can get back good thoughts. I know when there are a lot of incessant thoughts are coming, and then you can interrupt and get good thoughts and change yourself, motivate yourself, all that. But then actually when then heartbreaking things are coming your way, when people really people around you, few are passing away, few are actually suffering, the actually people are the hardcore, very, very rough and ugly reality. People are being quarantined, and then the things are not right, and then people are not having food and all that. When these things are actually, when we are dealing, we are becoming, cannot keep the cool. This is what I have to put it here.
Sure. So there is your that is your you can't keep your cool, as you're saying. You feel a certain way based on what you see, based on what you see, what you hear is all stimulus, right, coming from outside. And
yes, yes.
the compassion that you're feeling for those people, and the hard work that you're putting in for people who are suffering, is of course creating you're feeling a certain way, right? And for those of you who have heard me before, saying this, I may be sounding like a old beaten record. When you all the way you're all expressing this, it is somehow anchoring the thought that our emotions are driving us to do what we are doing. You're compassionate, so you're going out for social service. Somebody's feeling a certain way, so they're doing something else. So these are all responses, right, based on our emotions. And what are we doing? We are doing what we are driven to do. So emotions drive people, and therefore people drive performance. People take action based on how they feel. And how are we feeling right now? We are feeling a certain way based on our thoughts, as Faisal said. Our thoughts, because of what? There is something happening, right? We are thinking because of something is initiating those thoughts. Just your being, just your own thought process is instigating or initiating other thoughts, or there could be stimuli from external sources. So let's see what we can do about it. Avdesh?
Hi, Sandhya.
Yes.
This is Abad.
Oh, sorry, Abad.
Regarding the challenges, I would like to say that whatever the lockdown state is there, we are not able to come out. I feel the challenges first goes once you are confined to your four walls. The being in positive frame of mind, when the negativity is all around. So this is really a challenge that how you are going to maintain the things once you see the TV anywhere, whatever these things are happening, but discussing with the people, we're always just talking about whatever, how many deaths has taken place, this and all, a lot of negativity is there. So this is one. Another is, this how to, being non-reactive in the conversation. Once you are discussing with the people and all, many times it happens that you are not able to maintain that whatever that you become a bit reactive. This also happens once you are with your soulmate, you're closely attached people, because you are day long you are there, no one has got any outlet. And then it is maintaining composure and the good mood all through the day when you are within the four walls. So I think that these becomes a challenge because you are locked down, you are within the four walls. Maybe that whatever size of the room and all you are there, So whatever you do, whatever all other things do, but there are daily chores and all, and during the course of the people are there, utensils are going to hit each other, you are going to make the sound, you are going to make the sounds. So I think that if at all you, while discussing the topic is excellent. These issues also, if you just take up, it is going to help a lot.
Yes, yes. So these are all stimuli, right? We are talking stimulus and response here. There is some stimulus, there is a situation, there is a certain set of circumstances which is creating anxiety, it's creating challenges, it's so much is happening. Very true. Absolutely. Savita?
Hi, Sandhya. I'm sorry I got disconnected earlier. Yeah, sort of what I was telling is that what I see around me is that there are a lot of challenges and anxiety for the women folk, because in the interest of children, there's a lot of anxiety about e-learning and things like that. I'm part of the parent council in my school, and I have been talking to a few mothers over the last few days, and it has been a big eye opener, because I think we are getting into a situation, we were getting into a situation where we were getting very less tolerant. We were not like the earlier generations. So for a generation like ours, where we were becoming less receptive and less tolerant to many things happening around us, this kind of reset button is actually creating a huge ruckus within. I can talk for women because I have been talking to them, and I feel it myself, because there are a lot of working mothers, stay-at-home mothers, and for them the main issue is to handle spouse and children 24 hours, where they are in no-mate situations, and this is a big anxiety for a lot of women around. I can talk for Indian women because the house runs on the shoulders of women, right? Everything runs through our hands. So what I have been telling myself and some of the parents, some of the mothers who approached me in the past 1 week, is I said exactly like what you said, Sandhya. These are stimuli that's happened around us on which we have no control. The only way to look at things is we have to change our perspective. Like Faisal rightly said, it is the only way is to stay positive, stay calm. And in a lighter note, I just told them, eat, pray, love, and the rest of the things will follow. And we have to stay put, especially to the mothers. I told them, you just have to get into time management and prioritization. There's nothing else we can do, but at the end of it, believe me, you're going to come out stronger, and you're going to come out and you're going to look back and say, wow, I did manage that. I had two children right from the morning till afternoon, till evening, doing e-learning. I managed a very demanding husband. I managed the home chores. I did everything on my own. I also was working, so many things like that. So I think that is very important. We have to simply change perspective. We can not do anything else to handle this.
Right. And that's what I said. That kind of paves the way for the next part of what we are going to do. Jabin, if you could just briefly tell us, I know I held you back at that time.
Yes, thank you, Sandhya. With the wonderful insights what everybody has given, I do agree that with the type of lockdown, the world is at a standstill and everybody having their own challenges. Here, personally, what I would like to share my own experience is, normally I have been a very sort of anxious person. But the strange thing what I've noted is this time I am actually loving this. The first thing what I locked down with myself when this news was out was, this is it and this is it. I'm accepting it. And I'm amazed with the type of productivity I'm able to bring out with that. I've been able to do many more things than what I normally did. And the most important thing which I would really like to share is when you say the reaction and the response, this thing. I have a hubby who's still working. He's a doctor. So my most important thing was to maintain my own calm, to maintain my own peace of mind, and that is how I can help my family. Because we are locked down here with the family. So that is the most important thing which I can give them. So everyone can bring out their own productivity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And taking the cue from all of you who are, talking of how we should deal with this, let's just look at some more, what other people have expressed. They've said that when they are afraid that my future won't turn out to be in the way that I want it to, that's anxiety for them. There is, they're feeling so uncomfortable in their own skin that they just want to rip it off, just want to jump off somewhere. Those are the kind of intense, feelings that people have expressed about anxiety and what it is. And anxiety could also be thinking too many contradictory thoughts to know what to do or what to say, right? So these are, thank you so much, all of you, for expressing this. Now, here is a little activity for all of us, and I really want each one of you to participate in that. Is there... Hannah, would you take us through this?
Sure, Sandhya. I request everyone to either have a pen and paper or at least make notes on your phone. So as we all spoke about anxiety and all the feelings that we feel, and most of the time when we feel these feelings, these are the feelings that we feel in our body. Sandhya, can we show the slide of all the words?
Yes, so this is what I'm building up. How do I feel? I feel fearful. Do I feel edgy? Do I feel angry? Do I feel frustrated? Do I feel irritated? Do I feel hurt? Do I feel sad, guilty, worried, or anxious, or really sorrowful? What am I feeling right now?
So as Sandhya said, we would invite you all to really try this exercise for now, and then you can all try it later at your own time and space. But just for now, become involved and notice out of these words, or you can add on to this list and choose any top 3 words which you can relate to the present moment. What are you feeling? So if I give you my example, when I did this exercise, I said, I'm feeling anxious, and I'm feeling edgy, and I'm feeling angry. So these were the 3 top words that came when I looked at what is that I am feeling at this moment. So take a few seconds, have a look at this list or add on to this list and choose any top 3 that relate to you individually. Yes, is there something that you want to ask?
I think Jabeen put up her hand, is it?
It's Ghazal.
Ghazal.
Yeah. Hina,
yes.
To you, I think first, and I'm a little sad about everything.
Yes.
And I'm definitely very angry, okay, and a lot of resentment. You can say angry, resentment, and then definitely there is a worry.
Yes.
Worry about, I don't know, whole pile of worries, and I'm just sorting that out. So this is
thank you so much, Ghazal. Thank you so much for sharing, because I think it's very, very important for us to pinpoint what is that we are feeling right now, because if we suppress them, if we ignore them, they will come out somewhere else. And as coaches, sometimes this anxiety will come out in our coaching conversation. So it's very important for us to address and become aware of these feelings. So thanks for sharing. And those of you who want to share either in the chat or in, you don't want to tell, it's okay. Otherwise, just note it down for yourself.
And then we can do this, go ahead with it in the breakout session as well.
Yes.
A quick breakout session, not very long, but a very quick one.
Hi, Hena, can I say something?
Yes, Srini, sure.
First of all, I feel angry.
Okay.
I feel angry because obviously, and I'm prejudging something with where I might not have complete information, but there are enough indications where it started and how it started. And I really feel angry about that.
Yes.
That is one. Second, I feel very sad about the extent of damage that something which is done. And in my mind, it is willfully done. The extent of damage it can do to currently hundreds of thousands, perhaps to millions of people across the world. Third, I feel a bit guilty. Guilty because I am sitting cozily in the comfort of my home. And really, where my next meal is going to come is not, at least for now, my immediate worry. But there are so many, many people for whom that must be eating out their whole heart and mind. So I would say I'm angry, sad, and guilty.
Thank you so much for sharing, Srini. That's so beautiful that you're aware of what you're feeling within yourself. And this awareness will only lead to meaningful actions. So thank you so much.
What next?
So a lot of people are sharing on the chat box also, feeling worried, anxious, scared, feeling concerned, sad, and also compassionate. And that's what I think Ghazal was also mentioning, that feeling, helpless, that we cannot help others. That's a beautiful feeling. And as Srini said, guilty. Yes, that's very, very nice to become aware of that feeling. Anxious, edgy, sad. So I think if we are all done with this part, Sandhya, you can take them to the next one.
Carry on, Hena, because the two thought statements have to be done now.
Yes. So now we will, what we will do is we have explored the feelings that we are carrying within us. Now, when we talk about thoughts, as Faisal was saying, there are so many thoughts going on, and it converts to more thoughts and more thoughts throughout the day. And these thoughts become a mental chatter. And how do we address that mental chatter? How do we align those thoughts to what actually we are feeling inside? Is that we address these feelings with two thought statements. So we have 3 words, and now we are going to make 2 thought statements. So what we are going to do is we are going to clear all the clutter in our mind and identify 2 main statements, which are 2 thoughts that are currently running in our mind. So if I give you my example, how I gave my words example, the words that I chose from the list, the 2 thought statements that I could give was, yes, I'm feeling angry because there is so much that I want to do, but I'm not able to do. So as Savita was saying, right, we are moms, we are managing studies, and we are managing career and home. So yes, there is a feeling of helplessness, which is making me angry. So I'm angry because there is so much that I want to do, but I'm not able to do, is one thought. So please convert your words into 2 thought statements. And we are all here as coaches, so we all can be open, and we are not here to judge any of us. It's just expressing, reconnecting within ourselves so that we can help ourselves as coaches and help others.
Absolutely. Khadija, did you want to say something? Khadija, please go ahead.
Sorry, it was on mute. Okay,
Sure.
so yeah, Sandhya. So I was just sharing that I am feeling a bit hurt, and only that hurt feeling is coming. And the thought behind that feeling is that when I see my kids and people around wasting their time, because I myself, I'm a very productive person. Like, for example, right now also I'm climbing stairs when I'm talking or attending this webinar. So, when I see them passing their time and wasting life, like sleeping and things like that, so that makes me feel very much hurt. So I don't know how to manage this, but yeah, the thought is that why people can't be productive, why they are always complaining, so this is my concern. Yeah.
Absolutely. Expectation, how things should be, but that thing doesn't happen. Things don't turn out to be the way that you want it to. So there is going to be some clash there. Absolutely.
Yes.
Pratyush?
See, my thought is why it has to be a negative emotion. There can be positive emotions also.
Yes. So
For example, for me, it's in pure gratitude, because when people are having so much of anxiety, you are able to attend a seminar like this. It's a great thing. So much of learnings are happening. It's a pure gratitude.
Absolutely. So I just love the way people are paving the way for the next step in the discussion today. So Heda, can we move to the action step?
Yes, thank you so much, Pratyush, for bringing it up. Yes, it is okay not to be negative. It is beautiful if you are not in a negative state of mind, but it is only a way of addressing if we have any negative thoughts, which we can see here. We have lots of people on this group and with different mindset, different scenarios, different circumstances, and that is why we are working on all kind of emotions. And also, if you notice, there are always mixed emotions. There are times when I'm feeling complete gratitude, but there are also times when I'm feeling anxious during this challenging times. So I'll just take 1 minute to explain. Rupali, she has said that she wants to explain how to put these 2 thought statements. So we have to we are clear with the 3 words, and now we have to change it into 2 thought statements. So how everybody is expressing that they are feeling angry that they cannot do anything, or they are feeling gratitude with what they have. So it could be any feeling. You have to convert into 2 thought statements. I hope, Rupali, is that clear? Okay. Sandhya, yes, we can move on.
Yeah. So action, if you can explain, then I'll set up the breakout session.
Right. So now you're all ready with your 2 thought statements. Now, as coaches, we always encourage others to take action. And this is the time where we have to coach ourselves by taking one action with those 2 thoughts. We have 2 very clear thought statements that is going on in our mind. Now we have to convert those 2 thoughts into one actionable step, one action statement. And it could be very simple, as Pratyush said, being grateful for what you have, or it could be anything new that comes in for you. So Sandhya will be doing a breakout session for all of us, and where we will be in smaller groups to discuss our thought statements and have one action statement for each one of us. We can help each other as coaches, encourage each other. Let's be very non-judgmental and help each other make that action statement.
So we've got, we have, why are people leaving because of the breakout session? Let's just do this in the room then, in the main room. Suddenly 4 people left.
That's okay, Sandhya.
I think room will be better, Sandhya.
Sorry?
I think room will be better because
I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Absolutely. I'm setting up the room. It's just the number of rooms I have to change. That's all. So here goes. I'll see you back. Would 7 minutes be good for this? More than enough, I think.
Yes.
Yep. We'll be back in the main room in 7 minutes, and I hope your objective is clear. I'm opening all the rooms now. Have fun connecting and also planning out the action statement. Mona, there's no one in your breakout session?
Nobody, it's just me.
Hi. Mona, this is Sandhya here.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah,
in your...
Sandhya.
No
No,
one...
there's nobody. There's just me here.
So let me just see how this happened. I will...
Sure.
I'll have a look, or you can just leave the breakout session and come into the main room. Let me
All right.
go back and see.
Should I leave or should I wait?
Wait for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mona, I think you should come out of the breakout session.
I'll do that. All right.
Sandhya?
So I'm in the main room, is it?
Hi, Sandhya. My partner had audio issues, so then she dropped out and was trying to join back. You're on mute, so I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not being able to get out of this breakout session. That's the problem now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. And Sandeep is here. Mona is also here, so you can discuss with her.
I guess. Yeah, we did that.
There we go. Nice to see you.
Amy, which part of the world are you in?
Where in the world am I?
Yep.
Oh, I'm in Chicago in the United States.
Wow.
Yes. How about you?
I'm in Mumbai, India.
Okay. Wonderful.
Lovely. So how is it going for you there? Is it bad? Then how are your anxiety levels there?
Yeah, we've been home since March 15th.
Okay.
So it's been almost a month
Wow.
of being home. It's hard to think about the range of emotion that has come is quite interesting, right? So like the first week, I have 4 kids. So
wow.
The first week was quite the adjustment, having husband and 4 children home and not knowing whether school was going to go back into session, or it was hard to decide what the new norm would be, the new routine.
Right.
So, but now we're settling in. We've now transitioned to remote learning beginning Monday.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's just so much going on.
So how do you feel? What are your 3 emotions there?
I think initially the first week I could definitely tell there was a lot of anxiety that was coming out from just not knowing where we were going. Like, is this temporary? Is this long term? Like, I didn't know how to sort the information to create a new routine. I'm very like routine oriented. I function on routine. And so I think that lack of routine was creating all these physical and emotional thoughts of anxiety. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, well, so yeah.
Mona, Amy,
Yeah.
Amy, you are with people who are not in the breakout session. You are both in the main room, by the way. And
okay.
Yes, and there are 7 other people, and there are 8 of us here. So that's okay. Carry on.
Okay. So,
hello everybody.
Hi, Sandeep. Right. So anybody would like to share their emotions or how they feel?
Hi, I guess I just came back to the main room because I was alone in the breakout session room 5, Sandhya, if you're listening to me. So I was feeling very lonely there. So I came back to the main room. So yeah, are you both done with your action statements?
No, actually we all were lost in the breakout room and we were lonely there. So we are all here together.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we're connecting on these emotions. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. So I think Mona, it was your turn. So I'll wait for
no, please
you to finish.
do go ahead. Because honestly speaking, I have not put any emotion into this ever since this has come. I just want to take each day as it come. Well, in between, I did go edgy and confused because there's a lot of things happening and everything came to a standstill. Then decided I don't want that to affect me, so I chose to shut my emotions. 2 thought statements, simple: live for today, we shall see. If I'm there tomorrow, I have to think of tomorrow. So I really don't want to think about tomorrow. My action plan is simple: make each day count and live it to the fullest with my family, which is I think it's one of the best chance that we've ever got to be with the family.
Yeah. All right, that's great. I think it's great to connect with people like you, and it really motivates us, and it keeps us positive actually. So for me also, my positive state of mind is very, very important for me, because if I'm not positive, then I can't be positive for my family and for my children. So I'm very, very concerned about that. One of the first things that came into my mind when this when this so-called lockdown was being talked about and when it was getting implemented. I live in Dubai, so it is not complete lockdown as in India, but of course schools have closed 1 month back. My husband's working from home, so a lot of things. So the first thought that came into my mind was, oh my God, I'm going to have 3 boys at home. What am I going to do? Where's my me time? I can't go for a walk. I'm not working. So, I was going to miss that. But I think slowly I've got used to the routine. For me, the first week was extremely difficult, and the main emotions were anxiety, helplessness, and I was feeling very hurt. Okay, for no reason. I can just say that, I was just simply feeling blah, because these were not things in my control and I had to get out of it. So slowly, since the last week, talking to other mothers, I realized that, I should use my power of communication and help out to people whom I can, for whoever's reaching out to me. So then I realized that, at least for my children, I am a mother. I need to provide for them. So for me, the 2 action statements that I work on is, I might keep falling, but I have to get up, keep walking, keep running, whatever. And I just keep telling myself, be calm, be positive. This is just a phase, it'll pass. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's just a walk till the end of the tunnel. And I'm not the only one. It's the entire planet thinking about just one thing. It's only Corona in everybody else's mind. So, we are all in the same boat. So that kind of keeps me like I'm not alone, and other people have different challenges. There are a lot of parents who don't have their children next to them and they're worrying about.
Everyone's back in the main room.
All right. Okay. So, so those are my action statements for the feelings.
Yeah. So thank you all. I hope you had a good time having this discussion. I noticed that some of you were out of the main room, the breakout sessions for various reasons, I think. But I guess you would have managed to work on your... oh, everyone's on video now. Great. So where are, where are we? And I guess everyone's decided on their action plan. We can ruminate about that. We can think about it and go on. Now, action is, of course, great this way. But what about moving from that outside in to inside out? How about that? Because we know that everything is, outside is a manifestation of what is within. All growth comes from within. All of that we are aware. So can we look for some opportunities here? Can we turn this around? Because we said that we are responding to a situation, and there are some of us who spoke about thoughts. We've explored our thoughts, we've explored our emotions, we've explored to some extent what action we might want to take and how we want to respond to those things. Now, let's explore what we are going to do to be inside, go from inside out. What are we feeling? What are we thinking? And then what are we doing? This is going to be inside out. And research shows that gratitude creates optimism. So here's a question to all of you. What are some of the ways that you express gratitude in your life? Do you have some gratitude routines? Do you practice gratitude in a certain way? How do you do this? Are the slides visible or are they not?
No, Sandhya, we are on screen, all faces.
Ah, okay. I was wondering why that has happened. Let me just, now give me a moment. I'm just sharing that. It's gone off while I was in the breakout session. So here it is. And we are talking of looking inside out now. And gratitude, we know, creates optimism. There's been a lot of research where people who were grateful were put in one group. There were others who were irritated who were put in another group. And there were others who were constantly angry and, who were upset. They were put in another group. And then their productivity was analyzed, and they, the results, I'm sure we all know what the results were. So here is a question to all of you, that what are some of the ways that do you follow a gratitude practice in some manner? Does anyone do that? Is there anything in the chat box, Henna?
So I think Tambe has expressed that through daily prayers, meditation, and Javeen is also saying by being human and through prayers.
Beautiful, beautiful. Amy?
Sorry, I had to unmute. I was going to just add through prayer, and also there are times around the dinner table we'll just share with our kids. We ask each other, what are we thankful for that day?
Sure, of course. What else? Aruti?
Yes, Sandhya. I follow, in fact, I begin my day and end my day with gratitude. I begin the day by counting all my blessings. And that is something like, now I'm more particular in these times. It helps me cope with stress. That all the things that I'm thankful for, and then positive affirmations, and I end my day with that.
Wonderful.
And it really anchors me. It gives me a lot of strength.
That's beautiful.
Apart from, it's not just praying, it's just counting your blessings.
Beautiful. That's
so Sandhya, this is Madhi here. So I take this opportunity to call at least 2 or 3 persons, mostly the employee groups whom I work with remotely, and I also whom I used to work with in our team, to call them and chat with them for 15 to 20 minutes to check how they are doing and say thank you for all they did and all that. So it's a wonderful experience.
Beautiful.
Which really you do not get time to do it when you are in the office.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. So most of us do have a gratitude practice.
There is beautiful sharing in the chat box also. Like Ghazal is saying, being service to mankind. And Charles is saying, having empathy. And Moshmi says, smile and ask whether I can be of any help. So that's beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Charles also says, considering others' perspective.
Yes, that's so important. Absolutely, absolutely. Shahina?
Hi, Sandhya. So being a doctor at this point of time, you're in contact with all kind of patients, and it is almost 10 hours to 11 hours in a day when you're in touch with the patient. So first of all, I say that yes, we have our routines of 5 times prayers. Of course, every time I prostrate, I offer gratitude because I know the sufferings that people are going behind, that be emotionally, financially, or in any way. So secondly, every time I'm meeting a patient or every time we speak, so it is an unconscious gratitude which passes to the divine power for holding us in such a position that we are completely healthy, we still have our resources, and we still can make good time for doing something which is positive and adding value to our life and to the to the life of others.
Sure, of course. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Savita, Faisal, Savita, you go first.
Yeah. So Sandhya, something that I had started 2 to 3 months back during one of my coaching sessions with one of my fellow coaches was to start a gratitude journal. So I do that on a regular basis, not every day, but at least twice or thrice I do a journal, and I sit down and I just write, okay, this happened today, and just gratitude. So that keeps me kind of, in a Zen mode, and I'm happy. And I'm bored on the parent council meetings where a lot of parents approach me for their issues. So I make it a point that I help out to them, though I do not represent 1 or 2 grades. But when parents reach out to me out of the blue and they send me private messages, then I know that, probably I am able to make some difference. And so that keeps me also going and keeps me also positive. And a lot of learning is also happening for me on how to manage my state of mind during this time.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Faisal?
Yeah. So I think for us, the day begins with early morning prayers before the sunrise. So that's very followed by, a book, Quran, to read some bit of it every half an hour, 45 minutes. And then just thinking about how blessed we are. See, there are so many people who are not as fortunate or as blessed as we are. So think about that, because whatever God's given you, we keep always think what we don't have. But I think we have to think about what we have and thank God for that. I think that's very important. Then for me, I think planning is an essential element. My plan for next day is generally ready before I go to sleep. So plan and execute the plan for next day is absolutely critical for me, because then I feel, hey, I have some, otherwise I feel a little lost. And of course, this I feel is the time to network with friends, call them, connect with them, figure out how it's happening, and so on and so forth. So this is how I create gratitude and optimism in my day-to-day life these days.
Beautiful. Beautiful. In fact, I would like to add to that. The last thing in the day is, no matter what, I like to acknowledge or even journal all the good stuff that happened.
Oh, wonderful.
There's a little book that I have, or I would say now there are a series of those notebooks where I, write my prayers, I would say, my wishes, my prayers, my thoughts. And it's so, so beautiful to actually put a check mark on what I achieve. So that is my planner, though that is my, my wish notebook, whatever you may call it. And then I go back even 6 months and years to put those check marks on things that I have achieved.
Yeah, so just to tell you on that note, see, I can tell you what I did on which day 10 years back.
Correct.
Because I have a habit of
planning.
Planning in the diary. There's a Bible which I have. In the beginning of January 1st, I should have it and everything, my appointments, my work, my card, my bills, my electricity, my passwords, everything will be there. And I don't need to refer anything else. And I have them with me for last 10 years. If you tell me which day,
wonderful,
where did you do what, where were you, I can tell you where I was.
I think you should do a time management webinar for all of us.
Absolutely, I can do that.
Yeah, sure. Henna, would you like to share something?
Yes, Sandhya, definitely. Gratitude is one of my favorite topics. Yes, and
I'm aware. That's why I want you to share this.
Yes, and my entire family is always thinking that I'm, talking about gratitude in some way or the other. My daughters rather tease me that on every way, no way, wherever you just bring gratitude in some way or the other. So along with them, I'm doing... we have created a sheet for them. So I have created this sheet for my daughters, which is called Gratitude Wall. I stick it on the fridge with magnets, and every day, so it has been a 21-day lockdown here. So for this 21 day, we started with day 1, day 2, day 3, and today is day 18. So this is something that they both are doing. What are they grateful for today? Because it becomes anxiety is there in them as well. We can't go out, we can't meet friends, we can't do this, we can't do that. So I give them an opportunity to think at least once in a day, what are they grateful for? And during this lockdown period, this is how they are expressing gratitude. And on other days also, we have a family way of expressing gratitude, which is through a gratitude jar. It is this small jar with a lot of colorful chips.
Cute.
So whenever anybody achieves anything good, like, if my daughter receives an award, or if I receive an award, or anything good happens, we make a chit and we put it in this box expressing our gratitude. And on some days, on a family night or something, we'll just open this box and pick out the chits and read, and everybody is in a joyful state of mind.
Beautiful. Beautiful. In fact, I used to have this jar kind of a thing when my daughters were younger. Now they have their, they do their own thing. Yes. Mom keeps talking about gratitude, looking inwards. And I've got to be careful, actually. My younger one, who's, of course, close to 18 now, she keeps telling me, Mom, stop being a coach, be mom for once. so that's beautiful. So each one of us has a gratitude practice, I'm sure, and some of us have spoken about it, some of us haven't. There's something on the chat window, Henna, if you could look at that, please. And we've spoken about this. What gratitude practice do you follow? Now, I would like you all to do something for me. Visualize a shape that you associate with gratitude. Just any shape. It could be a circle, it could be a square, it could be something like a cloud, it could be a heart, it could be a flower, it could be, somebody came up with fold hands, the image of folded hands. Everyone can think of a shape or an image or an object when you think of gratitude. If you can draw it on the paper that you have, that would be great. And then around that shape, whatever the shape, here is a very irregular, I would like to look at it as a flower. A lot of other people might want to look at it as amoeba without the nucleus, right? So around this shape, you could write 10 things that you're grateful for. Any shape. It doesn't have to be corners, nothing. Or just around the shape, write down 10 things that you can be grateful for, especially nowadays. And could you also list 5 people you have immense gratitude for? List 5 people you have immense gratitude for. If some of you are done, would you like a couple of folks want to talk about it? Or this can be built upon later. You can think about through the week and we can take it up next week. Would any one of you want to talk about it? Yeah. I see my PC's iPhone. Who is this?
Hello, Sandhya. It's me, Amrita. Can you hear me?
Oh, hi, Amrita. Long time. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Sorry I couldn't change the name. Like I was in a
No
hurry to join
problem.
the meeting.
No problem. No problem. I'm glad that you're here. Good to have you here.
So I've listed down 5 people whom I have that high gratitude towards. Like it's my father-in-law, mom-in-law, my daughter, my friends, dearest friends, and my husband. Yeah, and the scene is like I have left my job and I've left Bangalore where I've been working for 10 years. And now I've come back to my in-laws' home. And in this scenario, we had planned to move to Canada and my flight got cancelled. So I had to stay in my in-laws' home. So being a jobless person, he had given his home for both of us, for me and my daughter to stay. And then thankful to my daughter because she has always been with me, and thankful to my husband because he had always supported for whatever decision I've taken in my life. And I'm thankful to my friends for being with me for whatever situations I had in my life.
Right. Great. Ghazal, thank you so much, Amrita. And good to hear you, have you here. Wonderful.
Thank you to give me that opportunity.
Thank you. Ghazal, quickly.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. Because, what we actually think and when to pen it down, it is not so easy. So I could not make the list of 5 people whom I have immense gratitude for, but I could get those 6 words of gratitude, and my picture was a picture of rose. Because that is very peaceful, and I I mentioned this I and Kriti was in a conversation of a coaching conversation today. So then I told her that I really like to make paper quilling, and I make paper roses with that. So I am it's very peaceful feeling for me. So around that rose, I could get 6 gratitude words. One is like, I am very having gratitude for that I am with my family.
Yes.
Because I see many people who are stuck up somewhere, or there are many people who just don't have any family. So even if I at least I have some people to fight with, some disagreements, because that is also important. And somebody to love, somebody to care, and then sharing. Gives me this opportunity to share my resources, or my feelings, or my whatever skills I have, I can share it with people. And then the food on my table without thinking even for a second,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
this is like
thanks, Ghazal. Thank you so
awareness, love, and kids. Although I get worked up with kids sometimes, because 24/7 they are here, and then to manage them, give them work, and then follow through and all that. But still, I'm very grateful that at least I have kids in my life to make my life vibrant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Faisal?
Yeah, so I wanted to just we discussed about the shape of gratitude, right? So I just wanted to my sense of shape, which rhymes with gratitude, is the star, the star shape, because I feel, see, you show the gratitude for that moment, for the person who is the star at that moment. So for me, when you show the respect or gratitude or praise that individual, the star is the guy. He or she is the star of the moment, and then that's how you praise or show your gratitude towards that individual.
Thanks, Faisal. So, Pratyush?
Yeah, just a minute. See, I have made it a square. So there are 4 corners. So I put these 4 things what I am actually grateful for. So number 1, in fact, attending this particular seminar is really I'm grateful. Second, it is in beautiful weather here in Bangalore, where the other part of the country they are suffering with all this corona and the heat everywhere. It's almost 40, 42, 43 kind of temperature. Here it is quite pleasant. Third, it is the silence in the air.
Yeah, true.
Fourth, the beautiful food which I had today. And in fact, these are the things which I'm always grateful for.
Sure.
And if you look at the people...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you'd finished.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So there are 5 people who are immensely grateful for. One is my wife. She is working extremely hard from in this particular period where there are no maids and there is no help from outside. In spite of all these hiccups, she is working days in and days out to make our life extremely comfortable. Second is my son. Third, in fact, my friends who keep on calling on a regular basis to check out the things. Fourth, I've enrolled to various courses in which one of my coach I used to take various classes is Robin Sharma. So there is plenty and plenty of good things he is doing, and the kind of things I gained from him is immense.
Sure.
And last but not the least, the 5th name is called Sandhya. It's you.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. That's the list.
Thank you so much. Can we just hang on for a bit? I'll come back to you, Kriti and Akash and Nusrat. We'll, before I think people do have a deadline. Before they leave, we just want to go on with this. Have you all observed something? The kind of energy when we were talking about our challenges and the kind of energy that everyone is exuding now. Have you noticed the difference? Has anyone noticed that difference?
Yes, in the chat box, there is yes from Ghazal.
It's, as I hear you all speak about, while we were talking of anxiety, and then everyone was coming on and saying that, like Faisal said, and Srini also spoke about how we can take advantage of this time and how our thoughts, and it was, just beginning to get upbeat. And now what I'm looking at is that everyone has something to say. And when we speak about being grateful for to people, gratitude for something, for someone, it's amazing how the tone, the pace, the lilt, the quality of our voice changes, right? And I would say that's the beautiful part, because something is going on inside us. When we are grateful, there's a different kind of energy, the different kind of thoughts. And what's it doing? It's raising our energy. And gratitude does lead to optimism. So the intention here is to take all of you, and along with you, I travel that distance, from the present state of anxiety or uncertainty to gratitude right now. Then we will get to optimism. We'll pick up from gratitude, we'll go to optimism, we'll explore optimism, and then, as most of you rightly said, that we've got to change the way we work, the way we think, the way we are going to be later on after this whole lockdown business and the coronavirus goes away. It will go away, right? It's not as if this is also temporary. Now, that will need some innovation. So the plan here is to build it up towards that. And trust me, as coaches, we really, really, truly need to be equipped with that kind of life state, with that kind of just being, with that kind of vibrant energy to take people forward. And we would like to, since we have raised the energy a bit, I would say, I would ask Henna to take us through something that will, I think, leave us with even better calm, better, and a more peaceful state, I would say. Henna, there's lots of stuff coming in on the chat.
Yes, Sandhya, first of all, I think I would ask everyone if they have 5 more minutes for a visualization that I want to take them through. Okay, I have received few yeses, so I'm...
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So all I'm right. Assuming since we don't have a single no, this all yes.
So we have got a lot of yeses now.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for giving me this extra time. I would like you all to relax yourself, and if possible, sit back, give your back some support, and if you wish, you can close your eyes. I'll just put some music to take you through that visualization. Is it audible?
Yes, it is.
All right. So let's relax our body and take few deep breaths. Some of you may be regular with meditation, visualization, and for some it may be new. So just follow my voice. Stay connected with my voice. Sandhya, you can maybe put it on mute. And if possible, close your eyes and stay connected with my voice. Take few deep breaths to relax your mind and relax your body. Align yourself to this moment as we went through the journey from anxiety to consciousness, leading to gratitude, a beautiful state of being. Stay connected with that feeling and visualize yourself outdoors. Visualize yourself in nature. What do you see around you? Notice the colors. Become aware of the fragrance. Notice the shapes. And in your mind's eye, stay connected to this beautiful outdoors. And now, visualize a mountain in front of you. A big, strong, green, or maybe colorful. Notice the trees. Notice the flowers. Do you see the lights? What creatures do you see around yourself? And as you connect yourself with this mountain, staying connected with your breath, feel that you are the mountain. It is you, completely grounded, a majestic, beautiful, and magnificent mountain. You are strong. And you are the mountain to many. It could be your family. It could be your clients. And it could be your community. Stay connected with your breath and notice the grounding feeling, the calm feeling, and the feeling of magnificence in and everyone around you. See yourself radiating positive energy all around. See yourself as the source of inspiration to everyone around you. And in your mind, tell yourself, I am a magnificent being, and I trust the process of life. I flow with the change, and I release all the resistance. Everything is unfolding for my highest good. Take a deep breath again. And if you wish and feel comfortable, you can open your arms to feel the expansion that you have created within. And tell yourself, I'm strong, I'm majestic, and I expand to new horizons. Everything is unfolding beautifully for my highest good. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to the main chat.
Thanks so much, Hannah.
Thank you, Sandhya, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you so much. That was so relaxing. How did each one of you feel? Everyone else?
Lovely, awesome. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
That was very, very
It was
powerful.
very rejuvenating, very powerful.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Hannah. So that's heaps and heaps of gratitude for coming along and doing this with me today.
Thank you, Sandhya.
And for everyone, this is going to be a series of webinars. As I said, we'll pick up with gratitude next time. We'll take it to optimism and explore optimism a bit and how we are feeling, what is happening. So do think about all that we have worked on today, who you're grateful to, and the people, the things, all of that. And there's one thing I think that I forgot to do here. I didn't ask everyone to leave their email IDs in the chat box. If you can do so now, it will be easier for us to inform you about the upcoming webinars. So the next one we plan to do next Saturday. Today is the 11th. That would be the 18th, right? I've got a calendar right here. So if we are on the 11th, we are looking at the 18th of April. 18th of April, we'll take it from, we'll explore some more stuff. Yeah, so if you all could please leave your email IDs, and next time I will send out a registration link and I'll direct you to a page where you will find all upcoming webinars and so on. So immense gratitude for all of you to, respond so fast and for everyone to be there. Today we were nearly 50 when we began. Some people said they wanted to come, but then they've, not been able to attend. I understand. I mean, families at home and everyone's together. So those things are happening. But thank you so, so much to just read one message and be here. And the intention was to keep all of us, all coaches, in high spirits, where when we learn something, when we grow, we are going to cause a ripple effect and take it to the client. That's what that's the way I feel, that somewhere that I'm some kind of a speck in the universe, a little microcosm of the entire macrocosm of the universe. And everything I do, every individual I reach in any small way, it just causes ripples of transformation. In fact, I don't know about causes, but that is my intention. And that has somehow become a larger purpose in life. So keep doing whatever it takes to spread some kind of message, some kind of, optimism throughout, and transformation, therefore. So thank you so much. I hope we have the email IDs. I will post on the groups, of course, but still, email IDs is a better way of doing it, right? Thank you so, so much. And yes, if there is anything anyone wants to say, I think Nusrat and Kriti were waiting to say something. And Srinivas was also, yes, Srinivas. Srinivas? Faisal?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandha and Hena, of course. I think great initiative, and looking forward to the series going forward. And really appreciate and thank you all. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay happy with family. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you. It's been a pleasure, Faisal. Real pleasure.
Thank you so much, Sandhya and Hena. That was really a great session.
Thanks.
And you did provoke a lot of reflection and also led it to a nice conclusion and really gave us a lot of food for thought. Thank you very much, and I look forward to many more such sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Ghazal?
Yes, Sandhya. Right. So finally, from complaining to gratitude, this is my takeaway. So what I could see, a lot of clarity. My mind was very cloudy, and there was it was like no way out, very worked up. Everything was like although we are following a routine and everything, but then yes, there was a lot of resistance, which is cleared now. I could see that a situation is like this, we cannot change that, but I was only complaining, and now I can see a drastic energy shift, and it is from complaining to gratitude.
I can hear that shift in energy.
Yes, and gratitude.
That shift in energy, and I'm glad you said worked up. Yeah, I'm glad you said it yourself.
Yeah, no, good realization I got, and thank you so much for this webinar and this facilitation, basically. And I thank each and everyone who has participated and added value to this whole session. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Hina, thank you, Sandhya.
Thanks so much. You're so right. Had it been just me talking, it wouldn't have added that value. I mean, I'm really, truly grateful for the participation that we've had today. And it is because of the participation that we've spent 2 hours in this webinar, which was intended to be for 1 hour.
Yes.
And then perhaps maybe stretch it up to 9:30. But somehow, I'm sorry if I've taken too much time, but I just didn't have the heart to not let everyone talk. And, that's how it is even for our other sessions that we've all done together. Everyone talks, right? So thank you so much for contributing.